Hello everyone, who is homework here and welcome back to my channel. Currently, I am student in 10th FSF English class at Pasos English Center. My class is very interesting and always full of energy. We have each other to learn and love to share our story together. I have a very strict but enthusiastic teacher. His name is Jian Ming. Not only that, we also have a beauty and gentle tutor named Mi Huyền. Today, I'm very happy to tell you an interesting story. The story is about difficulty I have met in learning English, as well as the way I have used it to learn English better, and maybe after listening my story, you can find the way to learn English effectively. I have faced the same issue as everyone else when learning English. I summarize them here for you. There are 4 common problems. They are vocabulary, grammar, listening, and speaking. The first problem is vocabulary. When I learned English, especially at school, vocabulary is like Marxist Leninist philosophy. I couldn't remember new words, even though I copied some a lot of times. Besides, there are so many confused words that make me very frustrated. There are long words with many syllables like mandatory, environmental, or homonyms with different meanings. So now I will show you some solutions. First, repetition is the key. Study in the morning and at night before going to bed. Only about 20 to 15 minutes, and don't forget to look back at this work after 24 hours, after 1 week, 1 month, as much as possible. Second, learn phrase, not individual words. Phrases are easier to remember because they have meaning, they have a kind of a picture, a story, especially when you get them from something that you are reading or listening to. Besides, learn phrase help you know how to use it in a sentence. The last, learn through pictures, stories, and topics. When you come across a new word, use Google Image to search pictures that describe the word. When they can help you remember easier and give you the most comfortable feeling and a lot of information. So that's the first problem. Now we move on to the next part of my story. I'm gonna talk about what I learned the most in school. Grammar. English has a lot of rules. It not only has many tenses such as present simple, present perfect, past simple, future simple, but also has reported speed, relative clause, so much to remember. Moreover, some rules are easily confused with each other. The solutions for this are: first, learn through story and topic. When you read a story, it tells the story into the past, into the future. Second, read. The more you read, the more you expose to correct grammar structures. You can read everything. By doing so, you can easily remember grammar. Now, I will continue with the next problem, listening. The survey shows that the problem comes from many different sources. First, problem comes from the listener. Many people have a habit of focusing on listening to each single word a speaker, from which they cannot distinguish which are important keywords or the main content of keywords. Second, problem comes from listening material. The listening material is often diverse and covers many different topics. Language learners tend to have trouble understanding when they hear topics that are unfamiliar to them. Third, problem comes from the speaker. There are some cases of sound concatenation in English. Concatenation is when speakers tend to connect the last sound of the previous word with the first sound of the next word. When listeners are used to hearing each single word, each single sound, listening each sound will make them confused, not realizing that's what, even though it's a word they already know. I have solution for this. To improve listening skill, you should spend time listening from a variety of sounds, not only to improve your listening skills, but also to enrich your knowledge. To be able to grasp the content of long conversations or speech, apply note-taking skill when necessary, especially with content containing many complex details. In order for the skill of taking notes during the listening process to be effective, learners need to carefully learn the techniques involved so that this skill can make the most of it. Finally, let's come to the last and most difficulty when learning English, speaking. Speaking skill is extremely important skill to help us communicate with foreigners and take the IELTS test. But the problems prevent you from being a well speaker. First, fear of making mistakes. Many English learners are afraid when they speak English. They are afraid of making mistakes, afraid of being judged by others. Second, you don't know how to translate from Vietnamese to English. Third, so reaction. Because you don't practice often, you don't know what to say and can't speak fluently. So what is the method? I follow these methods to improve my speaking. Speaking aloud. This will make you more confident and in communication, feel comfortable and believe in yourself. Record yourself. This will make you hear your own voice, see your own mistake and find a way to be better. And I also build English speaking confidence. The first is finding yourself a speaking partner. It is easier to be better if you have someone to practice with you. That can be your friends, your siblings, or anyone who wants to practice English with you. The second is repetition. One thing that must be done for all difficulty we have facing in regular repetition, 1 time, 10 times, 1,000 times, but not enough. You have to repeat again and again. The last is choosing puzzle. Invest in yourself. When you come to puzzle, you will be taught enthusiastically and corrected, so your own skills will be improved. After the first course, Episode English, a puzzle, my listening and speaking skills are improved a lot. I can hear almost what the speakers say, and I can respond relatively. However, I am still not good at conversations, paragraphs with specialized words, and I don't have enough fluency and coherence too. So I decided to take another course in puzzle, and I hope that the next course can help me completely solve the above problems. If you are interested in my English learning journey, don't hesitate to follow me. You will see me again in the next videos. In addition, if you not only see your progress, but also want to learn English well, you can take course at Puzzle Center too. To sum up, those are some problems when learning English and their solutions. I hope that you can gain something useful from my story. And my video will be better with your comments, feedbacks. Please let's give them to me and thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.